Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. If this is your first time, welcome. Glad you can be here. This is the official first We Got Next Wednesday. What I'm doing going forward is that there are so many cats, man, that have hit me up on Instagram who want me to check out their stuff that would fit perfectly on We Got Next Spotlight. But the only way that I'm going to get to this list is to make sure I dedicate a day. So every Wednesday, unless some shit goes sideways or unless there's a surprise drop from one of the big four record companies over there that I'm going to have to jump on, and I'm going to want to jump on. If that doesn't happen, Wednesdays are going to be the day. Every single week, we'll get a new We Got Next, which I think is super important because there's so many cats over there, man, doing their thing. So many artists keeping hip hop alive. It's only right that I keep this going the way that it's intended. So for today, we got Morrell. I believe that's how I would say it. Morrell. The track's called Breathe, produced by KeemTheCipher. Obviously, first time hearing anything from either one of these cats. So without further ado, let's jump in, give them a listen. I like that, man. Nice soft melody, a little bit of horn in the background. I love that, man, when producers do that pan thing as well. Very subtle. That was really nice, man. Unexpected, and I like that a lot.
Look, been self-doubting, that's part of the past. So when you're creative, I've seen the spaceships run without engines, started travel time down.
Okay, first off, man, he jumps right on this track with something that we've talked about so often on this channel about the artist, the actual path of an artist, and how much of that really is hating on yourself and hating what you produce, and just trying to get out of your own damn head and get out of your own damn way half the time. And I mean we're only a bar and a half in or two, but the kid's got flows, man, so far. Nice voice, goes well with this melody, with this beat. So I'm just gonna bring it back here and let it run for a bit.
Look, been self-doubting, that's part of the past. So when you're creative, I've seen the spaceships run without engines, started travel time dimensions, finesse with each section, eagerness with any lyric I write with reflection. My chest like Superman, beating up henchmen with metaphors, history, your clever thoughts. I get bored, at times I become miserable, I say shit that isn't sensible, I bend the rule.
I like that, man. He's talking about, and again, it's something that we've talked about before on this channel, man. The devil's playthings are idle hands and idle minds, and it tends to be when we're alone with our thoughts and we're not busy. You start digging into your past, into your history, like Morrell is saying here, and you start digging up all the old shit, man. It just gets burdensome and heavy, and causes all kinds of distress in your life, man. I'm digging this kid, man. He's a good artist. I'm liking this.
It's like Superman beating up henchmen with metaphors, history, your clever thoughts. I get bored, at times I become miserable, I say shit that isn't sensible, I bend the rules like rulers. No king will take me serious, a kid who skips first period to smoke a blend behind the bike sheds. The ends wasn't gone on that.
I could be way wrong on this, but to me this looks like the same kind of area where they filmed the last couple, or the last scene of 28 Days Later, when they're flying those Air Force jets through the valleys and looking for anyone that survived the pandemic. I don't know if it's the same area. I don't know how much of the UK actually looks like this. As you know, I really want to get there. Really want to be part of that high focus anniversary in April. Keeping my fingers crossed for that. But I mean, this is the kind of stuff, I love this type of shit, man. Like this is, I'm more at home in a place like that than in a big city. So when I see this, I love this kind of view. But yeah, it might be a lot of this in the UK, and it just looks familiar because a lot of landscape looks familiar.
A kid who skips first period to smoke a blend behind the bike sheds. The ends wasn't gone on knife threats. Few tried to front up in the Pyrex. I was English tea, reading the Reader's Digest. Teachers used to preach progress. Didn't preach the life we lead, had no stress. How to live and pay rent. It ain't easy, but we're blessed, cause our lungs still have breath.
That's a nice old line, man. Talking about teachers teach progress, but they don't teach you the day-to-day stuff, like, you know, how it's like to pay a bill, get a mortgage, save for retirement, like all that kind of shit that if your parents weren't taught how to do that, often that information is not passed down to you because they don't teach that in school. And if you're around a certain group of people, usually a lot of the families are exactly the same, so they haven't got that knowledge either. So very few people actually enter adulthood. Oh, sorry, the dog came in. Hey, how's it going? Yes, I know. A lot of people enter adulthood not armed with what they need to do the things they need to do. So yeah, man, that's a dope line.
Stress, how to live and pay rent. It ain't easy, but we're blessed, cause our lungs still have breath. We're still breathing. It's an emotional, we just breathe. It's an emotional, we just breathe. I need a coast and I need a beach, somewhere to dip my feet. We just breathe. It's an emotional, we just breathe. Oh, it's an emotional, we just breathe. I need a coast and I need a beach, somewhere to dip my feet. Cocoa Pops, Frosties, which path shall I take? When I make my grave, make sure the mixtape paved the way to the listeners, family, children, even prisoners, uncle, aunties and babysitters. My roots maneuvered to keep the fitness. The music business is a vicious game. Some punk always wants paid. There's always some junk about sour deals and lawsuits. Dressed in blue uniform, poking fun at poor youths. I work a 9 to 5, I've worn suits. I do music cause I was born to. I go back to work for 7.
I gotta tell you, I'm gonna bring this back just a little bit. I want to make sure I catch all of this.
Prisoners, uncle, aunties and babysitters.
A little bit more.
Cocoa Pops, Frosties, which path shall I take? When I make my grave, make sure the mixtape paved the way to the listeners, family, children, even prisoners, uncle, aunties and babysitters. My roots maneuvered to keep the fitness. The music business is a vicious game. Some punk always wants paid. There's always some junk about sour deals and lawsuits. Dressed in blue uniform, poking fun at poor youths. I work a 9 to 5, I've worn suits. I do music cause I was born to. I go back to work for £7.50 per hour and my rent's still a fortune. Fuck.
I like that little thing that he's done there with the fortune, and because I was born to. It's a nice little touch. I like that.
About sour deals and lawsuits. Dressed in blue uniform, poking fun at poor youths. I work a 9 to 5, I've worn suits. I do music cause I was born to. I go back to work for £7.50 per hour and my rent's still a fortune. Fuck, what can I smile about? Angry again, so I start wilding out. Angry again, so I start wilding out. It's an emotional.
It's funny because you get this sense, you get the sense that he has that maturity about him. He understands, he sees the path that he takes. He sees that he looks at his life and things, the fact that his rent is a ridiculous amount of money. He doesn't get it paid. I'm not too sure how much $7 or £7.50 or whatever, however he said it. I don't know how much that is over there. It doesn't sound like a whole lot to me, to be honest. I'm not too sure about the whole exchange rate, but then he sees that he starts allowing his anger to get the best of him, and he starts wilding out, starts doing shit that he knows he shouldn't be doing, and he recognizes that he's doing this, but it's a continued cycle that he continues to do. Man, I mean, there's a whole lot of us that can say we've done that shit in the past, isn't it?
Fuck, what can I smile about? Angry again, so I start wilding out. Angry again, so I start wilding out. It's an emotional. It's an emotional. I need a coast and I need a beat.
I like that, man. That was cool because I was wondering that when he went under the water at the beginning, and then the video starts. I'm kind of wondering, is this him? Is this all in his head? Is he thinking back to another time? And then at the end, he pops back up, and you can hear the kids in the background and stuff. So it's almost like he went under the water. He escaped all the external pressures, and he's actually kind of in his happy place at this point, walking in the wilderness, doing his thing. He's singing because he was born to sing and rap and make music. Sorry about that. Something popped up on my screen and closed it down. So what I was saying was, when you get into life as an adult, and you got the car, the house, the kids, the wife, all these external pressures, and that's what I'm getting from this video, is that he kind of went down into the water to kind of escape those, even for a moment. And during that moment, he has this. He imagines himself being on this coastal range and walking in the mountains and stuff. Overall, man, I dug this. Keane did a great job on the beat. The melody was terrific. Went really well with Morrell's flow. I like when he layered in some of that singing over top of the verses and stuff. Very good. I enjoyed it. Make sure, if you enjoyed it too, go over to his channel, give the video a watch, check him out on Spotify. Do whatever you can to give the kid some support. Keeping hip hop alive, doing his thing, show the dude some love. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all for coming out, checking out the video. Like I said, this is going to be every Wednesday going forward, and we'll keep this We Got Next thing going along. Later on today, unless something happens out of the ordinary, I'll be interviewing Verbs and Mr. Slips. So look to the channel. Look to the channel for that a little bit later. Not today, of course. A little bit down the road, probably next week. Yeah, man. Thank you to everyone that's come by, been part of the journey, part of this community. We keep getting bigger, and that just amazes me. What the love of hip hop can do. So until next time, tomorrow we got Throwback Thursdays tomorrow. So we're gonna go deep into the vault, find some hip hop that's 10 plus years older, and check it out. So until then, stay safe and be good to each other.